It's time for Coachella Valley This Week in the Community, and today we're at the Tolerance Education Center in Ranch Mirage. We are here at the Tolerance Education Center in Ranch Mirage, and we have Ann Phillips here, the Director of Programs and Education, with us today. How are you doing today, Ann?
Just fine. We're so glad you're here.
Well, thank you so much for having us here. I'm so interested in what you guys do. So let's talk about what you do here at the center.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, the center opened about 2 years ago, and I was hired to work with the school children that come here. That's our primary purpose, is to bring in middle and high school students for a lesson in tolerance. The lesson has often been about the Holocaust, because we like to talk about different atrocities and examples of hatred that have happened in the past, hoping that children can understand what happened and that will not repeat it in the future. We also have expanded into some programs on bullying, because obviously that's a really hot topic right now. And recently we had an exhibit on the Japanese internment camps, and that provided a great reason to do some lessons on that, and some of the school groups came to use that as their tolerance lesson, and it was very effective.
That's amazing and so unbelievably important. Now, what we're standing in front of right here was this a contest of some sort?
This was a contest. Every year, the Jewish Federation here in the Coachella Valley offers a Holocaust essay contest. This year they decided to add an art component. So these are the entries that came in, both the junior division and the senior division. And we felt very fortunate that we were able to display them. And I hope that this part of the contest grows next year and we have even more artwork hanging up.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting to see how kids can interpret the Holocaust and how they think about it, and it's really amazing how unbelievably intelligent they are, and how they actually they see the difference, and it's just amazing.
And it's interesting how it speaks to them either in essay form or, as you just said, in the art form. Some students are very adept at that, at expressing themselves.
Now, are you doing summer programs?
We are quieter in the summer because school is not in session. During the season, we have students often, not every day, but often. And we also once a month try to do programs for adults, have a special evening program. And the other thing that we do every Wednesday is we have a tolerance theme movie that we show. Every month there is a different theme. One month was Holocaust awareness. This month is LGBT pride. So the movies are all picked around that theme. In the summer, sometimes the movies are a little bit lighter, but they all are connected with tolerance in some way.
Right. And now you have an LGBT event going on at the end of this month in June.
We do. We have a 4-day event going on that we had initiated last year, and it went well, so we have expanded it a little this year, and we're hoping to get the word out to even more people to come. We're having workshops and some films and question and answers, and at the very last day on Sunday we're having a pride party, and everyone's invited.
Well, I think the work you guys do here is absolutely amazing and so unbelievably important. Now, is there a website where our viewers can check out more about the Tolerance Education Center?
There is a website, and it's www.toleranceeducationcenter, all big one long word, .org.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today, Ann. We're so happy to be here and continue your wonderful work.
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're here with Melisse Banwer, the Director of Operations here at the Tolerance Education Center in Ranch Mirage, and she's going to tell us about their newest event that's going on at the end of June. It is the LGBT event. How are you doing today, Melisse?
I'm just great. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us here. So now tell me about the event that's going on.
Well, President Obama just signed a proclamation on May 31st declaring June National LGBT Pride Month, and that's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Pride Month. And we are recognizing that, commemorating that with a 4-day event. beginning with, do you mind if I read this?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Beginning on Thursday, June 23rd at 6:30, that'll be our opening night reception, and we're going to have a presentation by Chris Monderano, who's a family law attorney, and it's called The LGBT Family. Chris and his partner just adopted a baby boy. He's about 4 months old now, and they're going to talk about adoption and their LGBT family, and they'll have an adoption specialist here, and that'll be followed by a reception. Friday night at 6:30, we're going to show the movie The Stonewall Uprising, followed by a question and answer and a reception, and that's going to be led by Reverend Kevin Johnson from Bloom in the Desert Ministries. Saturday, we have workshops all day. From beginning at 10 a.m., LGBT estate planning made simple, a jihad for love, LGBT and Islam, addiction, a family disease. That'll be presented by James Berry, who is a counselor on the young adult track at the Betty Ford Center. And then at 3:45, Paul Zach, who's a volunteer faith outreach coordinator with Equality California, will present Get to Know Us First, a strategy for winning back marriage equality. That'll be followed by a reception thrown by Equality California. And at 8 o'clock, we'll have, it's a big day on Saturday. At 8 o'clock, we'll have a presentation of the play, The Temperamentals, by John Marins. And that'll feature some local actors, Justin Blake, Scott Smith, David Brooks, Robbie Nothstein, and Dan Graff. And The Temperamentals tells the story of two men, Harry Hay and Rudy Gernreich, as they fall in love while building the Mattachine Society, which was the first gay rights organization in the pre-Stonewall United States. And the term temperamental, I found out, is code for a homosexual man that they used. Yeah. And then Sunday, I'm almost done. Anyway, that'll be 8 o'clock on Saturday, and this will be the only exhibit we're not really charging admission to, but we're asking for a $15 donation, and of course all the proceeds will come to us, the Tolerance Education Center, to keep the rest of the programs free. About that. Sunday, June 26th, from 1 to 2, Melinda Tremaglio will present YesterGay and ToGay, and she'll show a film and do a question and answer session. Following that, from 2 to 5, is our, that's the official LGBT Pride Day, the last Sunday in the month. And we're going to have a little celebration. Let's celebrate LGBT Pride. It'll be an open house celebration with picnic foods and door prizes, entertainment, and fun for the family. Bring the family on out. And it'll go from about 2 to 5.
Wonderful. It sounds like you have 4 days packed full of all kinds of stuff.
We're very excited about that.
I think the work that you do, you guys do here, is absolutely incredible, and I thank you for being part of the community and educating people on this important tolerance issue.
Thank you so much. Our founder, Earl Greif, is a Holocaust survivor, and his idea behind the Tolerance Education Center was to tell his story and to make sure stories like his are told. His Holocaust survivor story. Other stories that we've presented here have been the Cambodian killing fields. We had a survivor from that horrific period. We also did a presentation on the Armenian genocide, and that was just fascinating. The number of people that educated people that didn't know that had happened, or myself included, to what extent that had happened. And that's what we're all about, educating people about atrocities of the past and the present in hopes that they're not repeated in the future.
And that's the key. You're never too old to learn and to be educated on things that, there's so many things that go around the world that people have no idea about.
Yeah, that's true. But it's great to see the kids. When Earl would go to schools, Earl Greif, he would speak to 400 or 1,000 kids at a time. Now here in our theater, it holds 72, and it's almost like they have a one-on-one experience with the person who's giving the presentation, the Holocaust survivor. It's almost like they're there, and it's really neat for us to see they treat the survivors like celebrities. They want to have their pictures taken with them. They want their autographs, and I know it's an experience they'll never forget.
Well, they're heroes, basically.
They are.
And start them young, and it'll saturate them, and they'll never forget.
Exactly. I think, we know what our short-term memory What happens to us with our short-term memory as we get older, but you remember things from your childhood, and we know that these kids are going to be telling their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, when they ask, did the Holocaust really happen? They'll say, it absolutely did, and I met somebody from that time, and don't ever think that it didn't happen. I met somebody who went through it, and it was the most powerful experience.
You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for having us here, and we wish you the best success with your LGBT event at the end of the month. That's June 23rd through the 26th.
Correct, and it's open to the public. Like I said, all events are free of charge. Our theater holds. We can max it out at 93 per the fire marshal. So seating is limited, especially for the temperamentals. I think we're going to get a big crowd for that. I'm hoping we get a big crowd for that. So please call and make your reservations for that. The other events, the workshops, it'll be a first-come, first-served basis, and just get here early.
Now the phone number, if they want to make a reservation,
is area code 760-328-8252.
And then it's toleranceeducationcenter.org.
ToleranceEducationCenter.org. We also have a Facebook page, and just search for Tolerance Education Center, and you'll find us there. And that has a little bit more up-to-date pictures, and it'll have a schedule of all of our events for the week. And we hope to see you all out here.
Thank you so much, Melisse.
Thank you.